Hi everybody, Julia Stock, Business Revolutionary with Be Astute, continuing our A to Z of training provider business vocab. This week is C for curriculum planning. Possibly my favourite topic out of all of them, but we'll see how we go. If you get this right, your learners will want to come to training. If you get it wrong, you're making your life more difficult for yourself, because an interesting and imaginative curriculum makes it more likely that you're going to manage to deliver interesting and imaginative teaching. If your curriculum is boring, your teaching and your tutors are going to struggle to deliver that in a way that is interesting. So how you design your workbooks, schemes of work, whatever you want to call them, and the kinds of activities that you are asking learners to undertake in order to generate the evidence necessary for them to complete assessment and complete their qualifications, complete their apprenticeships, is the key to then making your teaching interesting. If we come up with boring tasks, endless question and answer, lots of essays about tedious topics, and not a lot of other stuff, then why wouldn't learners be bored? Why wouldn't they struggle to complete the work? Why wouldn't they struggle for motivation? If we don't get the language right, if we don't get the activities right, you are making life more difficult for yourself. It's not that it can't be done, it's just great imaginative curriculum design makes life easier. Where we are delivering multiple qualifications at the same time as part of the same framework or body of work, particularly true with some apprenticeships and also through AEB provision, even through some traineeships, where we are delivering multiple qualifications within that body of funding, then how we go about blending those qualifications together, again, can either create really interesting training and learning and assessment opportunities, or it can create lots of repetition, lots of tedium, and everybody wants to poke their eyeballs out with a big stick. Not everybody has lots and lots of imagination to be able to pull things together. And from a standardization perspective, this is one of our kind of key quality components where we want to have a lot of strategic level control over this. This goes down to the ethos of who you are as a provider, how you want to be operating, and how you want your learners to be working. Really, you want one plan that applies to all of the learners doing the same scheme, because then it's easier to swap tutors in and out. It's easier if learners move across the country. When I used to run a provider, that would happen on a regular basis. They'd suddenly up sticks from London, end up in Yorkshire, and our standardized way of working meant that we could seamlessly slot them in with a new tutor. The tutor knew exactly what they were seeing in terms of the portfolio because they'd seen it before, and it was the same way of working that they were used to. So if you don't have that standardized way of working, again, you're potentially making life more difficult for yourself and for your learners and your staff, because you're creating more interruptions. If you've got control over that scheme of work, workbook, one, you can be then pushing and standardizing interesting delivery. And two, it allows you to have less strategic control over what's actually happening in the classroom. It allows you to delegate that down to potentially your IQAs to be supervising lesson planning. That's not saying we stop supervising lesson planning. It means that that's doing a different job for us. That lesson planning is all about how can we teach to this scheme of work and make that teaching good and make that teaching meet the learner's needs. rather than how can we carve up this qualification, different job. Imaginative curriculum design is something that we love doing here at BSG. So if you have any questions about this, or you feel like actually that's something where you've got a little bit of a gap, we would love to have a conversation with you. So C is for curriculum planning. Thank you very much.